Hello everyone, welcome back to Everyday Shed. I'm Carlos. Today we're building rafters, specifically rafters for a shed. I'm going to be showing you 3 ways you can follow to build these rafters, and this is going to help you whether you are an experienced builder with multiple projects on your belt or you are a novice. This is your first time building a shed. And by the end, you should know which method works best for you, especially if you're following our plans that we have at everydayshed.com. So let's get started. So there are 3 components to a rafter. 2 of them are identical, which are the legs. They are mirror image of each other. So we're gonna need to build 2 of them, and additionally, we're gonna need to cut what's called a gusset. Gusset, it's usually a piece of scrap that gets nailed or screwed onto the back to keep everything together. Most of my sheds use a 512 roof pitch, and that's the standard we use with the plans at everydayshed.com. Unless a client wants something different, this is what we go with. For 512 roof pitch, the first cut it's at 22.5 degrees. And the easiest way to make a 22.5 degree cut is using a miter saw. Most miter saws are going to have stops at 15 degrees and 22.5 degrees. This makes for a quick and easy way to get the right angle. And now that we've made the first cut of the rafter, it's time to make the second cut. And you're gonna notice on our mock-up right here that both of these cuts have the same angle. So all we have to do is repeat what we did here in the beginning, just further along on the 2x4. And to do that, you need to know exactly where to place that cut. And according to the plans, for a 10-foot wide shed, we want to place the second cut at 65 inches. So we're going to take our tape measurement and measure away from the first cut. 65 inches is the length of the rafter, and this is going to vary for each shed. Now that you have this marked, what you need to do is repeat the same cut as you did on the beginning. So let's go ahead and take this back to the miter saw and make that cut. So I have my 65-inch mark right over there. And again, check that you are still on 22.5 degree on your saw. And that's the case, you want to line up everything and make that cut. Okay, now both of these cuts, very straightforward, 22.5 degree cut on both ends, and if you follow the plan, you have the length in which you need. But that's not the case for everybody. Not everybody has a miter saw, and actually there are other ways to get the same cut. Okay, now the second best method to cut these angles is using a speed square. Pretty much any speed square will do it. And what you're looking for as soon as you get your speed square is the corner where it says pivot. This pivot point is actually the point in which you're going to place it against the lumber. And you're going to pivot your speed square to create the same angle that we did with the miter saw. So what's that angle? Actually, some of these speed squares have a table on them, especially the large ones, that shows you exactly how to use it. So you notice that a 22.5 degree cut equals a 5 common roof pitch. So you're gonna place the speed square against the lumber. Remember the pivot point, you're gonna pivot away from that, and you're gonna look for the number 5 right on the common line. So you're gonna see the word common and the number 5. So you want the number 5 parallel with the lumber. Once that's parallel, you have your pivot point tight against the lumber. You're gonna go ahead and trace your cut. Now this should be a 22 and a half degree cut. If you're not comfortable cutting at an angle, clamp the 2x4 down. A carpenter clamp helps keep the numbers steady and straight. From there, just run your saw, following the line, getting that clean cut. And just like with the miter saw, start measuring the rafter from the end and make your mark. Clamp the board down so it doesn't move on you. Then you place the speed square on the 2x4, line it up with the 5 common mark for a 512 roof pitch. And before cutting, here's a helpful tip. Use the speed square as a guide. Place it on the lumber and hold it down with the clamp. This makes it much easier to run the saw straight and to get a clean cut. And now we have two legs cut on both ends. And before we finish this up, we still need to make the seat cut to match our mock-up, right? And what you're gonna need to make this cut is a measuring tape and a speed square. From the top of the 2x4, we mark 2 inches down. And using a speed square, we place that parallel to the mark, making the mark for the seat cut. Then you can simply cut this using a circular saw. And if you have a miter saw, all you gotta do is measure 2 inches away from the blade and make a mark on the saw itself. Then place the 2x4 against the fence of the miter saw, lining up with that mark and making a square cut. And now that you have both legs cut, we can start thinking about putting them together as a rafter. But before we do that, I want to show you the last method you can use. One, to cut the rafters, or to make sure that you cut your rafters correctly. And you're gonna find that method available right on our plans. And that is under the appendix section. In there, you're gonna see a 1:1 scale for these cuts, which you can use to verify that you cut the rafter at the right angle. And also, you can cut them off and use them as templates for your cuts. Now let's talk about the gussets. These are usually made from scrap siding or scrap roof decking. Mine are usually 16 inches wide and 7 inches tall. Those sizes come from scrap pieces that I have. And the angle should match the raft angle. Before securing the gussets to the rafters, just make sure that you measure from one end to the other end, and that's the exactly size of your shed. If you're building an 8-foot shed, you have 8 feet across. If you're building a 10-foot shed, you have 10 feet across. And there are a couple different approaches to secure the gusset. You can use screws or nails. If you're using screws, I recommend driving at least 6 screws on one rafter. And if you're using nails, in my case I'm using siding nails here, I like to drive at least 8 nails per side. And now that you build one rafter, you just gotta do the same thing for the other rafters. And matter of fact, you can build pretty much any size rafter because these cuts are always the same. And we make them the same so the design it's easy to follow and can be duplicated by anybody. And what makes building a shed much easy and enjoyable are actually the plans. So make sure you check out everydayshed.com. We have various sizes of plans, different styles that you can browse and pick the right one for you. Now, if you're curious how we build are soffit and how we install them, I'm gonna leave a video for you right here. And I hope that you learned something in this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.